Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the channel if you are new. Hi everyone, it's me Dan. It's a bit warm, slightly warm, but I thought we'd do some filming before it gets too warm. I thought I would do a bit of a colour along, like colour a page together type video. Sorry, just having a drink. In obviously my favourite. I haven't done a page in here for a month or two, maybe 2 months. Can't quite remember. I just thought it'd be really nice to do a page together, and I thought, what page would I like to do? Maybe that I'm not necessarily drawn to, but I do really like this page, and I thought I would actually do this fish. So I had a quick little, I am a little bit prepared. I've no idea what this fish is going to look like. It is going to be completely off the cuff and made up as we go along, but I have actually planned the colour palette. I had a Google for underwater colour palettes, and I'll insert it here, the one that I've found. Beautiful. And then I thought, let's do Prismas, and I picked some Prismas that kind of match. So this is not technically the palette I would normally go for in this book. It's something slightly different. It's kind of pinky purpley blues. We definitely might add some more colours into them, but so far I've gone for pomegranate magenta, process red, mulberry raspberry, dark purple, lavender, ultramarine, cobalt hue, something cobalt blue hue, Copenhagen blue and true blue. But I have just realised that there are crystals on this fish, so we may be picking some lighter colours to go with it. I am working in Prismas. I hope that's a pencil that you can work along, only because I actually thought Prismas, just looking at this, that's Polly's. She was Black Widow and Neo Colour and Inktense. Colour Softs, I think. Pro Colours and Colour Softs. This was possibly Prisma. Can't quite remember, it's quite a while ago. That's Inktense. This was Light Fast and Inktense. 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 So I don't think I've actually used Prisma in this book. And the way that this palette is slightly different is I think I've used green on every page so far. And currently I'm not. Like a teal green there. Loosely fits. Bit of green there. Green. So we may use green in the background. We may not. But I don't really know. Not sure what we're going to do with this. Let's do the eyes on the fish first. So I'm just going to get my mini swatches. In fact, we'll do the crystals. So some of these are brand new, these Prismas. I've not used them before. I've literally just sharpened them. So we'll do crystals. Let me zoom on in. So I'm going to use dark purple and lavender. I'm going to outline these in white gel pen as well when the page is done, I think. That's just how I tend to like my crystals. I do want a bit more of a point. I have just sharpened these, so I apologise. I'm going to have to sharpen a little bit more because I do want a nice point on them. And the way that I do crystals is I literally just shade randomly, and I just literally go, this is, I know you can't really see because it's so small, I will do a bigger one in a minute. But I will go dark to light, and that's it, just through pure pressure. I don't know if I'm liking this. I'm just going to try something different. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. I've just put a layer down of the lavender, and then I'm using the dark purple, and I'm going to just shade from one side of the crystal to the other, but leaving that light lavender, that lavender shining through. And then I'm going to bring it in from this side. And I think whether it's right or not, but to me, it looks like the light is bouncing around the crystal. So I'll do this bigger one. So I'm just going to colour the whole crystal in a nice flat layer of lavender, which is PC934. And then, so nice layer down just to colour it, and then I'm going to work from different sides with the dark purple now. I do quite like colouring crystals. And I'm just going to sharpen this white. Because you can put a bit of white over the top, so hopefully, let me see if I can, the light's rubbish in here today, I don't know why, but it kind of looks like the light is bouncing round. So now this time I'll do the shadow here from the middle, not a shadow but like the darker bit. And now I know that kind of looks like the top. But then this time from here now, I'm going to take it down. I know these are tiny, but so then they're kind of like going for like an amethyst vibe, and I think we'll do the fish quite similar, but maybe revert. I'm going to keep the crystals the same colour, so I'm just going to do a couple more, and then I'll, through the magic of TV, I'll be back when they are done, because you don't really need to see me colour every single crystal, but I'll do a couple. So I'm just light layer of flat colour, not doing anything with it. Not changing the pressure, just keeping quite a light pressure. Don't actually know if I've used Prismas in Hannah book before. I do think I used some of the grey on that house, actually. So then, starting at one side, I'm just going lighter. I like it sometimes when the lightest bit meets like here. These are looking quite nice. This one I'm just going to take the shadow from the fish's head. It's been absolutely ages since I've used Prismas on anything really. And then, so this is how I do it. It just randomly go from dark to light on different parts of the crystal, and then add your white. Oh, I've just thought I've got no paper underneath. Just give me 1 second. But to be honest, I'm not pressing that hard, so it won't have mattered really. That what? Does anyone else think adding a bit of white Prisma is just magical? These are quite subtle in comparison to the rest of the fish is going to look like, I think, but I'm a little bit tempted to change the palette though, I'm not going to lie. I feel like, no, I'm not going to do it. I was going to go teal, you know, like the fawn on the other page, because he was teal and purple. And it is like one of my favourite combos, but let's see what we can do with this pinky purple blue palette. Because if you've got your pencils ready, there's nothing worse, is there? These are looking quite nice. Let's just do this last one. And all I'm doing is going to do the same for every crystal. Let's go down. And I said it, I'll say it again, I'm just changing which side is the darkest. And like doing a gradient with the pencil. And then we'll go from here. I always think they look a bit random until you outline them in white. and then they do look a bit better, but I'm not going to do that until the end. Okay, so that this video is not absolutely hours long, I'm going to do these crystals and then I will be back with you. I'm going to do exactly the same on this fish. I'm going to keep the colours the same, I'm going to keep the technique the same, and then I will be back with you. And I'm back. Okay, so crystals are done. So just to recap, I literally used white, dark purple and lavender. So coloured everything in lavender, added the dark and then added the white. And they will be outlined in white gel pen when the page is finished. Now, I've been sat here whilst colouring these crystals thinking, I don't really know what to do with this colour palette. It's not inspiring me, something is missing. I need to add something to it. And I feel like this colour palette needs like elements of gold. So this page needs elements of gold adding to it. So I've grabbed three Prismacolors to add some gold elements to these fish, because I love the palette I'm working with, but it's just not inspiring me and I feel like something's missing. So I haven't actually done gold with Prismacolor before, I don't think. I tend to normally stick with what I know when I do normally do an Inktense base and then add some brown, or I know the colours I'm going to use if I'm using Black Widow, so this is slightly different. So I don't know how it's going to go, but let's just have a look. And I've gone for dark brown, which is PC946. Light umber, which is PC941, and yellow ochre, which is PC942. So it's going to be quite a yellowy gold. And I think I'm going to start off first with these like elements on the tail. I feel like these would be gold. This strip running down the middle of the fish would be gold. These bits here on the tail would be gold. This would be gold. So now that I'm adding gold, I can kind of see where this fish is going. So I'm just going to put a layer down, I think, of the yellow ochre. Now, this is a bit of an experiment and a bit of a play around. So, I mean, it's not exactly what you want on a colour along, but it is what it is. Then I'm going to use the light umber. Now, normally I would go dark, mid, then light. So this is just, I may change it up in a minute and do it that way, because I feel like this doesn't look like how I want it to look. The light in here is terrible. I don't know why, because it's really sunny outside. It's kind of goldy looking, but I'm just going to go back to what I would normally do. So let me do it on this big piece here. I always tend to start with my darkest colour, put that where it's going to go, and then bring the colour out. And this kind of like feathering allows you to get really light strokes. Then I simply go in with my mid. It's almost like a tarnished gold. The fish is underwater or in a forest, pond, lake or stream maybe. Now that has given me what I really wanted from that first one. So I'm going to do it how I would normally do it. But then I do just go back in and just build it again. So I don't know how long this video is going to be. I don't know how far we're going to get. It might be a case of me doing bits off camera and coming back to you just so it's not hours long, but we're certainly not going to tackle this whole fish today. I'm just going to do elements of it and then background is absolutely massive, so it will definitely be a distress ink background. I fear. I definitely don't fear it, I feel it. Now I tend to make the mistake of going too high up when, if I'm doing like gold and the shape's smaller, I end up with just brown. And then back in with that light umber. I love this colour. I've done it again. It's going to have one bit that's going to look gold and the rest is going to look brown. It doesn't matter. Colour over all of it. So then, just, it kind of looks a bit gold. This bit along the bit that's going to run along the fish, I definitely think is going to be gold. So I'm going to take the dark bit from here. Sorry about that, just idiots outside. Now I'm going to take a bit of the dark bit here, almost as if it's casting a shadow from this other fish, but not as much as I will up here. So I'm just going to leave that like that. I'm going to do the same here. And then the same at this end. I hope this is going to look okay. Then I'm going in with that light umber. I go over all of it again. I can bring this out. It has got a yellowy tinge to it, this. So I can bring it out slightly. I'm not pressing very hard. these are working quite nicely in here. Put in a little couple of extra dark lines like this, just to kind of add that like burnished metal kind of look. And then from the dark bit, I'm just going to add in our yellow ochre. Not pressing too hard, I am still going quite light, but just like back and two, back and two. And as I say, I've not done gold. Or like a metal in Prisma before, I don't think. But I think I kind of like that. Maybe could have used a lighter yellow, maybe just to add that little bit of highlight, but I'm quite liking it. I'm just on. I'm obsessed with Tango at the minute, and that is I think it's dark berry. It's lovely, sugar-free, obvs. But yeah, I've got loving there. I used to love it. Like, it would be the drink that I'd always buy when I'd go to the shop. My mum gave us some money. Tango apple, and they do sugar-free now. So I got some cans of that this morning. So just bringing that light umber down. And it doesn't matter, you can make it as light or as dark as you want it. And I should have said actually before, you haven't got Prisma, it doesn't matter. All you need so far is a dark brown, a light brown, and a yellowy brown. And for the fish, you need a dark purple. For the crystals, you need a dark purple, a light purple, and a white. You do not need Prisma colours to do this colour along. They are just the pencils I'm using because I feel like I've neglected them, and I've nearly got a full set. I am going to maybe get the last. I think I've got 10 greys, I think, when I get paid. Okay, so there is our gold added to our fish. I'm going to add some to this little fish, and I'm going to stick with I'm going to try and kind of match these as best I can, I think. Just for ease, because I don't know, this is a bit of an odd page for me actually. I like it, I really like it, just never been drawn to it to colour. So I thought doing it this way will make me do it. And it's one of those pages that I'm kind of struggling to see what it's going to look like, if I'm being completely honest. Sometimes when I start a page, I know exactly where I'm going, and I can see like the colours of things, but this one, other than knowing those crystals are going to be purple, and now that these bits are going to be gold, I don't really know where the page is going. But it's all good. It is a journey, and we're on this journey together. Now, I think I'm going to use a gold gel pen because I want to do these bits gold, but it'll just be a faff colouring them in by a pencil, but we can do this bit. So I do like to do quite a bit of like embellishment and sparkling on these pages. I just think it works really well, so I'm going to get some gold in here. These have worked out quite nice actually. And to be honest, the way I've picked these is just using my swatch book, and I kind of know in my head I need a brown, a light brown, and a yellowy brown really for the look that I went. So I just went through and picked 3. You could do 4, you could 5. You could add a dark brown to it if you really wanted to. I'm not. Now, I feel like this little fish needs a little bit more gold. So, in fact, I was going to do these fins, wasn't I? These are tiny. So I need to go lightly, or we'll just end up with brown. But hoping that this maybe inspires you to do this page if you weren't really feeling it. It's a beautiful page, so I don't know why I weren't feeling it. It's almost a bronzy copper as opposed to gold maybe, but I am quite liking it. We are thinking these fish are in water, so they're not going to be polished gold. Let's see, gold. Right, let's do this. A little fin here. And then just because that yellow lightens, I'm just going to add some more in. I want this bit to be gold as well. Okay. Right. So let's just have a little zoom out. I am quite liking the way that this is going now. And I think we could possibly introduce some blue. And I thought we could introduce some blue into maybe these, like the underbelly of the fish. Let me just look at those little swatches that I made. This is the beauty of like actually having your colours. So I might go ultramarine and Copenhagen blue because they look really, really nice together. And of course ultramarine isn't sharpened. But what I'm going to do is do it on the fin first. I feel like maybe not. Ah, that's right. It's not. It's true blue. I'm going for ultramarine and true blue. I was thinking the colours didn't look quite right in the actual pencil form. I was thinking, how is that darker than that? I'm going to do it on the fins first of all. And I'm just going to do what I normally do. So I just go dark to light. And then I will go back over with the dark. And I'm going to just go over everything. And now I know I've picked the palette, but I'm not opposed to like not using a colour. So with the purpley pinks, kind of don't go. It doesn't bother me if I don't use them. I always think picking a palette is a starting point, and then you can kind of go from there. So I'm going to do that again. Take that out to nothing. Oh, there, and then I'm going to have the dark a bit. Whereas really, I suppose it would go either dark a bit underneath the bit of the fin, but I'm kind of going in reverse because I kind of like that little hint of blue. And the same again with that true blue over it all. it will burnish what you've just done and give a kind of and then I'm going back in. Bring it up so you can see. It's quite a nice blue. A nice blue combination. I feel like the thin will probably be these blues. We might just introduce a lighter blue. I'm all over the shop. I think I'm quite zoomed in, so I'm more zoomed in than I normally would. But again, if you've not got Prismas, you don't need a Prisma. You can use a dark blue and a light blue. I'm just going to go over everything with this true blue. Now, and then I'm going to go back over everything, not everything, but the bit I want to be darker in the Copenhagen blue. I do love a Prismacolor pencil name. And then I was back in with this. That looks really nice. Just bring it up so you can see. I don't know why the lighting's so rubbish. Right, I'm just going to do the same on. Oof. This is where we really need a brush. What else to do? Oh, I've probably got a bigger one actually. That's better. Right, what should we do? A little fish. And I'm going to do it slightly different. I'm going to do all of this bit blue. And I'm putting the dark bits first. And I think these little whiskers and these mini fins here are going to be this colour. Just using really light pressure, which I do struggle with. Almost kind of gives it like an iridescent look. Which is quite nice. And then look. So really nice blues. It almost looks metallic. I like that look. I like it. I'm going to do these and then I'll show you what I'm going to do, but then I think I'll leave it there because I don't want it to be too long. I know we've not got much done, but we'll get more done in the next part. I'm not going to lie, I'm just very, very hot. But we've made a start. Right. So I actually think I'm going to leave it there. Oh, I know what I want to do. Let's just zoom back in. I want to add a tiny bit of gold to this part of the tail, and actually these bits and these bits could be this blue, couldn't they? So dark brown. Be super careful or it's just going to be brown. Light umber, 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 umber. Struggling to speak. And then our yellow ochre. And then what I thought then that's just come to mind is I'll do it on this one to show you. So I'm going to do this in each one of these. I'm going to use the Copenhagen blue, not the ultramarine. I've been saying it's Copenhagen, it's not, it's ultramarine. Along the bottoms like this. Purely because I'm liking this combo. And I feel like it'll tie the fish together. Like so. And then with our true blue, so I've gone for, yeah, it is ultramarine. What did I say it was? Oh yeah, ultramarine. I was saying Copenhagen blue. Over the top, and I'm not fussed if I go over these little dots because I'm going to use either gel pen or metallic watercolour for that bit. So I'm colouring everything. And then I'm going to go back over with that darker blue. Almost, but not quite. It's almost a bit peacock looking. Very jewelly tones. Let me bring it up so you can see it. So it looks quite nice. I just need to go over a few little bits just to like burnish it, but I'm liking that. And then I'm going to do the same on this tail here. And then, I mean, we've not got a lot done, but I'm probably going to say that's it for this part. I should have really sped up the fins, but never mind. I'm not the fastest colourer. I like to take my time. I've also just realised I'm probably talking really quietly now, but that's just because this is the second video today that's coming up to an hour long. Okay, right. that is where I am going to leave it for now. I'm going to repeat the same process with those 2 blues on this little kind of beard that these fish have got and these little fins here, and that's it. I won't do any more until I'm back with you and we'll tackle the bodies. I think we'll get the bodies done. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've had a colour along with me, and I'd love to see what you've done. So please put a if you can, I don't know if you can, let me know, send it me on Instagram, or send me an email with what you're doing so I can see you colouring along, and I will see you all very, very soon. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment as I said, hit that subscribe button if you're not, and I'll see you in part 2. Adios.